It's now my great honor to confer the Bicentennial Medals for 2008. Dick Debevoise, class of 1946. When your troop ship sank off the coast of Normandy, there was no knowing where your life's path would lead, if anywhere. But you made it to Utah Beach, and from there to the Battle of the Bulge and the occupation of Berlin. Columbia Law School must have felt like a reprieve before Army service again, this time in Korea. Back home in New Jersey, that path led to further dangerous struggles when, as a young lawyer, you volunteered to defend civil rights workers in the volatile South, working alongside the likes of Martin Luther King Jr. This passion for justice has animated your almost 30 years as judge for the U.S. District Court of New Jersey, 14 of them as a senior member, where you have been known for your innate sense of fairness combined with intelligence, courtesy, and modesty. Even now he's going, me? What, me? That's the modesty. At the same time, you have led numerous organizations devoted to improving the judicial system and enhancing professionalism in the law. These include the Newark Legal Services Project, the New Jersey Legal Services Advisory Council, and the New Jersey Institute for Social Justice. The award that recognizes outstanding pro bono work by New Jersey lawyers is named appropriately after you. As one colleague has said, it's an honor and a privilege to work with one who so ennobles our human purpose. In recognition of your distinguished achievement in law, Williams College is proud to honor you with its Bicentennial Medal. He's tall. If they ever give me one of those medals, piece of cake. Dick Debevoise. Jean Latham, class of 1955. My education at Williams, you have said, left me with a continuing intellectual curiosity and the desire to give something back. That you have surely done. Having moved to Mexico for business, you fell in love, first with the country and then with its many orphaned and abandoned children. This led to your involvement, including more than 4 decades as president, with what has become the largest system of orphanages in the world. More than 4,000 children from some of the most tragic and impoverished circumstances throughout Latin America and the Caribbean come knowing that they will never be separated from their siblings. You provide them shelter, food, clothing, health care, and education in an environment of love, security, sharing, work, and responsibility. More than 15,000 have gone on to become caring and engaged citizens, including as partners with you in providing care to the next generation of children in need. Thus, the group known as our little brothers and sisters has been called the largest family in the world. It grows yet even further as you have added a children's hospital in Haiti where 90% of the patients suffer from malnourishment or AIDS, a hospice in Honduras, and clinics in several countries for physically and mentally challenged children who have been abandoned. In recognition of your distinguished achievement in serving needy children, Williams College is proud to honor you with its Bicentennial Medal. Dean Psychon, class of 1975. "15 years ago, you formed the company Dean's Beans in the belief that the quality of coffee involves not just its taste, but also the relationships among its growers, sellers, and roasters, and with the environment. Your goal has been nothing less than to harness the powerful engine of business for the purpose of social change. You have helped organize growers cooperatives in villages throughout Africa, Asia, and Latin America, encouraged them toward environmentally sustainable practices, and invested in community development projects that lift their families from poverty. As with any business, profits are essential, but these you share with your growers and employees. I make my living off their coffee, you have said, not their lives. At the same time, you have pressured giant coffee chains to adopt similar practices in dealing with the second most widely traded commodity in the world. And leave it to a former political science major to look at the mug of coffee in his hand and see, as you have said, that all the major issues of the 21st century, globalization, immigration, women's rights, pollution, indigenous rights, and self-determination, are played out in this cup. Something big may indeed be coming, as your book chronicling this effort is already being taught in business schools. In recognition of your distinguished achievement in socially conscious business development, Williams College is proud to honor you with its Bicentennial Medal. Susan Schwab, class of 1976. Growing up in a foreign service family in Africa, Europe, and Asia, you learned to ride horses with the Tunisian cavalry and adopted a pet mongoose in Sierra Leone. These early experiences, along with your major in political economy at Williams, your facility with French and Japanese, and your further study at Stanford and GW, led you to a remarkable career in international public policy. You began as an agricultural trade negotiator in the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative and continued as a trade policy officer in the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo. While an aide to Senator John Danforth, you played a major role in landmark trade legislation passed in the 1980s. As Assistant Secretary of Commerce, you oversaw 1,200 employees in almost 200 foreign and domestic offices. After a stint as Director of Corporate Business Development for Motorola, you served as Dean of the University of Maryland School of Public Policy and then as President of the University System of Maryland Foundation. You returned to government service as Deputy U.S. Trade Representative, overseeing trade relations with Europe, Eurasia, the Middle East, and the Americas, and in 2006, reached the top of this field in the cabinet-level position of U.S. Trade Representative, serving as the President's principal advisor, negotiator, and spokesperson on trade. The recent expansion of global commerce makes it more important than ever to have such a thoughtful, dedicated professional play such a key role. In recognition of your distinguished achievement in public policy, Williams College is proud to honor you with its Bicentennial Medal. Even talking about trade and economics gets me so excited I can't keep my glasses on. Michael Govan, class of 1985. Fast, quick, bright, and mature beyond his years. This early description of you explains a lot. Your career certainly began fast when you were hired as an undergraduate to help manage the Williams College Museum of Art and contribute to the conception of what became Mass MoCA. You were quick off the mark at the Guggenheim, where as deputy director at the age of 25, you earned the respect of artists, donors, and administrators in developing major new projects in New York, Venice, and Bilbao. Beginning 6 years later, you shined as director of the Dia Art Foundation, transforming it from a specialized source of funding for individual artists into a major player in the world of contemporary art. Most remarkable was your development of a former Nabisco factory into Dia Beacon, a massive and much praised home for the Foundation's collection, which you had doubled in size. With maturity still beyond your years, you now direct the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, helping to lead its growth through campus development, acquisitions, and more vibrant exhibitions into its role as an encyclopedic museum for the 21st century that resonates with the history and the spirit of Los Angeles. We marvel at the thought of what is yet to come as you pursue your stated goal of helping the public to experience art in fantastic new ways. In recognition of your distinguished achievement in arts management, Williams College is proud to honor you with its Bicentennial Medal. Mida Del Valle, class of 2000. Beginning with an independent study here at Williams on spoken word and performance, you have become a renowned figure in the wonderfully raucous world of slam poetry. Self-performance that drew on your experiences growing up on the south side of Chicago resulted in a string of competition successes that led in 2001, 1 year after graduating Williams, to your becoming the youngest person and first Latina to win the National Slam Poetry title. You then starred in 4 seasons of the HBO series Def Comedy Jam and the Tony-winning production of Russell Simmons' Def Poetry Jam on Broadway, including its national tour. You have helped turn up the volume on this new art form by traveling the country with the Declare Yourself Spoken Word Tour. Meanwhile, your one-woman show at New York's Downtown Urban Theater Festival won an Audience Favorite Award. Trying to capture the incandescence of your performance, critics have claimed you have the stage presence of a gargantua and described you as both a mighty mouth and a powder keg of attitude and tenderness in a small package. Through it all, you give voice to the struggles, the pain and anger of society's often invisible members while celebrating the ultimate triumph of spirit. In recognition of your distinguished achievement in spoken word performance, Williams College is proud to honor you with its Bicentennial Medal.